Hello everybody and thank you for joining me. This is Sierra from Sierra T Designs and today I have a very special video for you. So let's jump right in. As I usually do, I'm going to start with my background and I'm going to use some oxide spray and some distress ink sprays to create the background. So I'm going to use a couple of different colors. I do have a salvaged patina in both the oxide and the spray stain. I kind of lost it a little bit in the spray stain, so I ended up using the oxide later. And I also have picked raspberry, abandoned coral, and then two of the mica spray stains. I have Hocus Pocus and Snow Flurries. So I am going to kind of work between those colors in the background a little bit. I did also add a little bit of water to my background before I started. Now be a little bit careful mixing these colors because salvage patina and abandoned coral will actually kind of make a gray, like kind of a muddy gray color. So you do have to be a little bit aware of that when you're kind of playing with the colors, which is why I kind of brought in a few other colors. It's especially why I brought in Snow Flurries, which is the blue, just because I knew that I needed different colors because I knew that those two wouldn't play nicely together. And in the end, my background ends up being a bit more purple than I had originally intended, but that's only because purple's my favorite color. So I got a little heavy-handed with the purple, but yeah, as long as you know your color theory and you can kind of be careful with certain colors together, then this color combo really, I think, looks really quite pretty together. And here you can see how pretty this background is. Like, I almost should have stopped while I was ahead, but I'm a bit of a more is more style creator, so I end up adding extra color and then I kind of lose a little bit of the salvaged patina in the background. So that's why I end up bringing in the salvage patina in oxide to add some more color on top. And then you're going to see here, I'm going to splash a little more layers on top just to keep creating. And this is honestly, you could keep going. Like, I mean, I stopped because I had already put in so much color on it, but you could keep layering up more color and creating more color, more color, more color in the background. But I always kind of try to stop myself at some point, or I'd just keep going and I'd probably end up with a muddy mess in the end. But so I did use those 5 colors and I kind of bounced between them. And here I'm just giving you a look of that mica in the spray stains, the mica ones. Those came out, the purple Hocus Pocus came out in the set for Halloween, and then Snow Flurries came out in the set for Christmas. I don't know if they're still available. I'll link to them if they are. I wouldn't be surprised if they are not. However, if they are, I will definitely link to them. So this is a very special card because it is my friend Kendra's 1,000 subscriber hop here on YouTube, and I'm super honored to be a part of it. Kendra and I have been friends for a while. We've done collabs together. And we've kind of chatted about YouTube stuff for quite a while now, and I'm super excited to be a part of it. It is a giveaway hop, which is even more exciting. There's so many amazing sponsors in this hop. So this is her 1,000 subscriber celebration hop. There's a whole bunch of people creating and sharing creations that are inspired by Kendra. Mine specifically is more it's an interactive card. This is my style of interactive card. I struggle with interactive cards, to be honest with you guys. I tend towards the flat shaker card as my interactive card. Kendra makes stunning interactive cards on her channel. She has so many of them, and then she does card sketches and she does her own sketches, and she's just super inspirational and very talented. And so this is kind of my take on an interactive card. If you guys have been with my channel for a little while, you guys know that I love flat shaker cards. They're one of my favorite things ever. But cards that kind of move or do different things or open in different ways, they aren't my bread and butter because I generally get a little confused. So this is my version of an interactive card for Kendra in her honor. And I was kind of leaning towards a teal and coral color combo because those are her favorite colors. However, in the end, I end up more of a purple because that's my favorite color. I should have just left the purple out, but I can't. I love purple so much. And it is an A2 sized card. I did have to trim my front panel down just a little bit. So we're going to jump right into making the shaker window. And this is how I make mine. I use stamp packaging, and then I use a very strong adhesive. This is a score tape, a 1/4 inch score tape. And then I'm going to stick down each of the edges. I do one edge at a time so that they overlap and there's no open areas where glitter or other pieces could fall out. I do like to use loose glitter in my shaker cards. Tim Holtz Distress Rock Candy is my preferred glitter. I love this stuff. It's not staticky, which is shocking in glitter if you guys have played with loose glitter before. It's like the only one I've found that doesn't immediately adhere to the like acetate or shake a pocket window when I make it. So it's my preferred. And I also put in some Mica Flakes in this one specifically. But back to Kendra's hop here. So at the top of the description, you are going to find the link to the next person in the lineup. I hope you'll take time to watch all the videos and leave some comments and some thumbs up, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. There's some amazing creators in this hop, and I think that you guys would really enjoy the content that they have to share. And make sure you comment, because that is how you will enter in the giveaway. Kendra will have those details on her channel. Make sure you check her out. And then, yeah, so just make sure that you leave a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing. We greatly appreciate all of you who come by and leave us love and leave us your thoughts on the cards that we create. And I hope you guys enjoy whatever everybody else has created. I can't wait to see what everybody else made in inspiration of Kendra's awesome channel. So we'll have to see. So there you see, I just scooped in some distressed glitter and then kind of poured in a little bit of the Mica Flakes. I have the miniature size bottles of these because they actually came in a card kit a while ago. I have full size bottles as well, but I'm trying to use up these smaller ones. And I do use my reverse tweezers to get the thin release paper off of my score tape. I find it easier for me, but it's your preference. I mean, you could use red line tape, you could use any other very strong adhesive. I would not suggest a liquid glue simply because it moves, and you almost don't want anything to be moving with this when you adhere it down. So that is the shaker pocket, and we've pretty much made it. So I really wanted to have the word congrats on the front. I am mailing this to Kendra, and I really wanted to do a congrats, and I used Tim Holtz alphanumeric stretch upper dies. And I just used a piece of low-tack tape and went right across all of the letters so that I could cut them out several times, because I really wanted to layer them up and give them some dimension. So I've cut them twice out of the white cardstock that I used to create the base as well. And then I also brought in this really pretty paper. This is like a specialty paper by Tonic. If it's still available, I will link it down below. It's been in my stash for so long, I don't even know the name of it, but it really felt well with the tealy color, so I kind of went with that. And then I just adhered them on top of each other. So I do have the 2 layers of the white cardstock and then that specialty cardstock on top. And I brought in my Nuvo Deluxe, or not my Nuvo, my Barely Art glue with the really fine tip to just adhere them together. This is actually the only alphabet I own, and I love it. I think it's like a showstopper. I think that especially on a card like this where it's already got all these shaky bits in it, and it kind of shakes around and you got this strong color in the background, that this just kind of is like it stands up against all these other busier elements, if that makes sense. And then I am just going to adhere it straight down onto the shaker panel. Because it is plastic, it will be a little bit of a pain to stick. So I bring an acrylic block in and kind of hold down each letter as I adhere it. And I do bring in my reverse tweezers just because I found it easier to line up my letters this way. And now I am starting to the right hand bottom side because I wanted it to be against that side. If you wanted it centered or you wanted it in a different, I would start, okay, if you wanted it centered, I would start with your middle letter. The only reason I started with the furthest letter was because I wanted it to that side. So this is just how I would do it. Of course, you do whatever works for you. I find that with these, it looks better to the side simply because that gives you a lot of room for all the bits to shake around and you still see them. But these are so thin, it honestly wouldn't matter. You could definitely put them in the center. And then if you were concerned about spacing, I would use your T-square ruler. I have my T-square ruler there, but because I was lining them up to the bottom corner, I didn't really need it to line up my letters. You could do it for spacing purposes. I eyeballed that, but if you were really particular or you were concerned, you could definitely bring in the T-square ruler. And then I am going to use my Nuvo Deluxe glue to adhere it down to my base. I wouldn't suggest this, honestly. I just really wanted to try it because I haven't. I usually would bring in thicker score tape. Instead of the 1/4 inch, I'd bring in like the 1 inch or 2 inch, and then I'd use that to adhere it down. But I wanted to see what would happen if I did. So I am going to use this to adhere it down, but honestly, it was more of a pain in the butt than it was necessary. So just use your score tape and then use your score buddy or your Misty to line it up. It would be way easier than me, because like I'm fighting with it here. Like I can't even get it to stay in the corner. And then I do use my Misty to kind of hold the stuff down so that it adheres properly. And then because I need to be a little more extra, I had to bring in some pink fresh ocean breeze jewels. They kind of really matched that teal colored cardstock, and I love that. So I had to bring in some extra bling just because that's who I am. I just love all the shiny things. So I am going to hold it up here so you guys can check it out. I did also stamp a sentiment on the inside. I'll give you a look at that too. And I love how this card came out. I'm going to mail it over to Kendra. Congratulations, Kendra. I cannot wait to see where your channel goes from here. I'm just so excited, and I'm so thankful that you invited me to be a part of this hop. So thank you so much, guys. Consider subscribing, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and I will see you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now.